Hello, my name is Visor, and welcome to episode 24 of Let's Play The Witcher 2 on Roche's side. Last episode, we got all the magical artifacts from Vergen, and we headed back to the Kedwini camp and lifted the curse on Henselt. However, we haven't actually lifted the main curse on the battlefield yet, but King Henselt is still pretty happy with us, so wants us to come to his tent and, I guess, drink some wine or something. But we first had to wait until it was after dark, which is kind of weird. But whatever, let's see what he actually wants.
I'm glad you're here. A messenger from Redania arrived this morning. Read.
The King of Redania, Radovid V, son of Vizima and Hedvig from Malior, the heir...
Get to the point.
The point is, it's not true that after the death of King Foltest, Temeria will be inherited. In truth, Foltest left a lawful heir.
Who is this heir?
Due to the tragic death of Prince Busi, his sister Anais will inherit the Temerian crown.
Witcher, you fought in the battles for the Lavalet's fortress. Tell me, how old is this princess?
Well, personally, I thought the main shocker there was the fact that Prince Busi is dead. Sort of just stuck it in there without really talking about it much. Anyway, though, since I don't think Geralt should be kissing King Henselt's ass, let's go with the better answer for Temeria.
She's only a child, but she'll grow to take the throne.
Throne? Remind me, who's her mother?
Now, I guess you could go with the first answer. It is technically true, but I still don't really feel like we should be loyal to Henselt. Foltest was still pretty alright in my books, so...
She is the king's daughter. Foltest wanted to recognize her as his own.
The Foltest I remember would never do that. If you counted all the bastards I begat, I could fill all the thrones of the north. What the hell's going on? Guards!
Alright, so we have two assassins, and for some reason they seem to be wearing little snake medallions around their neck. I wonder who they could be. Anyway, this fight can be kind of annoying, though you don't actually need to defeat both of them. As long as you defeat one of them, the whole thing ends. So I'm going to use our special ability that we've been saving up and just wail on this one guy. It doesn't really matter which one we attack, same result either way, but I think I'm attacking the right guy.
Who are they?
They wanted to kill me. Me! Ha! The scum. Witcher, we must talk. Deathmold said you needed this medallion. You saved my life, and I'm not nearly as ungrateful as some might say. You'll receive the pendant in due time.
Pity none could be taken alive.
Don't fret, Tanzaville. There are ways to make a dead man speak.
I know those methods. Necromancy is forbidden.
In the absence of the Council and the Conclave, it's hard to know what is forbidden. What would you say, Your Majesty?
I want to know everything. Plow that corpse if you have to. Do anything it takes.
Necromancy, Your Majesty, is a branch of magic.
I don't care. Do as you're told.
Count me out.
As the common folk say, be at ease, the woman's gone. I'll need your help, Witcher. You know where to find me.
It's never ending. I'm the bloody king, but she mumps and sulks like some common servant was trying to grope her.
Now we have a few choices. We can say that Sheila has her principles, and this one looks like it's trying to support King Henselt, but I like to think it's very, very sarcastic.
You could always turn her into another Kedwini saint.
And get hit with the same dung again. I hope you're jesting. Everything had better change when they appoint a new council and conclave. Otherwise, damn it, I will light up the stakes again, like Demavend. Go. Deathmold is probably biting his nails in anticipation.
Well, alright. So, we want to figure out what the Dead Witcher actually knew. And the way of doing it is we're going to have Deathmold do some necromancy. Which, remember, when we got the scroll from Maverick's house, it was something related to necromancy. Deathmold definitely mentioned that that stuff was forbidden. He's just having a small lapse in judgment because King Henselt asked him to do it. And the necromancy seems to have pissed off Sheila. She's pretty much gone. You can't interact with her anymore. Not that you could do much with her anyway. Well, she would help you remove the blue stripe tattoo, but I'm not doing that. Anyway, the Dead Witcher body should be here, as well as Deathmold excitedly checking it out. So let's see what he wants us to actually do.
Geralt of Rivia, ready for the ride of your life.
Now, it sounds like he's flirting with us, but no. Let him explain first.
Can't handle this without me?
You're a mutant, like this killer. An ordinary man would never survive Han Marvin's blue dream. You must drink a potion that will increase your heart's efficiency and strengthen your blood vessels. Hallucinogenic properties are also welcome, as they will enhance the vision.
Gadwall should do it.
Alright, but what does this ritual actually do?
Necromancy's awfully fishy. What do you aim to do?
Han Marvin's blue dream is a spell that grants you a glimpse of a dead man's memories. You'll see, feel, and taste what the killer experienced in his life. As a mutant, the operation isn't at all dangerous for you.
So he says, but either way, we need to do some prep work first.
I need to do something before we begin.
Have a drink, plow a girl, do something to relax, whatever it takes.
Yeah, thanks for the advice, Deathmold, I guess. Either way, though, we need to talk to the apothecary. This is actually his tent, but he got kicked out of it because Deathmold is Deathmold.
I am Myron, Master Apothecary in King Henselt's service.
Geralt.
Geralt. Provenance and profession known only to him, so be it. How can I help you?
I want to stock up on herbs and medicine.
Got a prescription?
A prescription?
I jest. We have supply shortages, so I can only sell you certain medicaments.
Alright, let's trade. Now, he has a lot of diagrams for a bunch of different potions. Specifically, we're looking for Gladwell. It's not a very useful potion, though, because it kind of screws you over in combat. Also, I think I want to get some Wolf. It's not necessary, but it increases your crit chance with no downside, which is always good. And I think I'm also going to get one more thing. It's called... where is it? Ah, it's called Thunderbolt. Increases your damage by 20%, but totally destroys your vitality regeneration. And vitality, so it's a bit of a gamble. I'm not really too interested in the rest of this stuff, though. Alright, so we have Gladwell. Now we need to make Gladwell. So once again, we're doing some alchemy. Hopefully, we'll actually generate some new side effects. We only need one of these, though. It's actually not a very useful potion. It increases your vitality regeneration by a bit, but it decreases your damage by 40% and cuts down on your vigor, so I don't really know what would you use it for. I mean, minus 40%, that's a large hit on your damage output. I can't see it being useful in any boss fights anyway. Either way, this quest needs it, so let's make one of these. Though, as usual, pay attention to what you're actually putting in. I still want to keep my elemental stones, so I'm using Harpy Eyes. In fact, I actually made a bunch of runes for that new sword that's on my back. Was it the Sword of the Dung Banner? I have 2 fire runes and a moon rune in it. Anyway, let's drink that potion we just made. We really don't need to drink any other potions though, so this should be good enough. Bottoms up. Also, is this necromancy? Because we're not bringing back the dead. We're just getting his memories so we can pull some data from it. I'm pretty sure that's not actually a necromancy. Whatever, let's get started.
I'm ready.
Wonderful. The blue dream can be very useful, although it only lets you see the killer's recent past.
Hope it's worth it.
Pay attention to every detail, places, names, everything.
Got it.
Let's begin! Vecina Zanzala!
Honestly, this is pretty gruesome, but what I really don't get is why is his leg cut? I mean, Geralt definitely caused the head wound, but I don't get the leg thing.
I nearly got lost in that fog. Look at it this way. Nobody will find us here. Unless Henselt attacks Bergen despite the mist.
Henselt's not going to attack anyone ever again.
Always the optimist.
Now, personally, I think I would rather be the guy with the double sword. I think he's cooler, but the guy you're playing actually does a lot more damage. Strangely enough, this switcher is very different from Geralt. One, he only has one sword, and two, he doesn't actually have any magic abilities. He can't roll though, so at least that's better than Henselt. He can actually dodge a few blows, position behind people, as opposed to Henselt, who just sort of walked around and swung his sword. Anyway, up ahead, we got some more harpies. They're not a big deal, but we got to get through them. Now, you also notice that you can sort of see all the loot they drop, and if you walk up to it, sometimes they'll say, oh, you can search it, but you can't actually do anything. This is all flashback, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, let's just kill these guys real quick. You can run ahead of the other guy, no problem. You got to be careful here, though. If you take the path through the mist, you end up breaking out of the memory, and it doesn't work out. Instead, you're supposed to take this path over here, assuming the other guy comes with you, because you need him. He has a key on him, but sometimes his AI gets stupid. In fact, one time I did this path, and he walked up to the door and refused to open it. Just stood in front of the door, and then I had to restart the game. Real pain in the ass. Anyway, as you can see, it's still locked. So this other guy should come up. There we go. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to their hideout. In this upcoming bit, there's a lot of dialogue, so there's a few things I want to explain, but I won't get a chance to.
Following my footsteps.
I love these traps.
I know, I do too. Henselt behaves as if he wants to help us.
What do you mean?
You've seen him. He loves playing the soldier. He's everywhere. He's reckless.
Letho will want him assassinated like the others.
Finally, some action. We've been skulking in these caves like bats.
I'd rather be like a bat than slain by the king's mercenaries.
What is it, Ox? Scared?
I heard Deathmold never lets Henselt out of his sight, and now a witch has arrived in their camp.
One of him, 3 of us.
But you know who it is.
I know, damn it, but don't let it get to you.
It's Triss Marigold who worries me.
If she betrays that Sheila ordered us to get rid of Demervent, things will get out of hand. Letho should kill her.
He should, but apparently he only kills kings.
And that's the big reveal. Sheila was actually involved in the plot to kill the kings, which is why she intervened when the 2 assassins were losing and gave the other one a chance to escape, as well as why she was so set against the necromancy and left the place. Anyway,
Here at last.
They're guarding the camp like it was a princess's chastity.
Did you learn anything?
The White Wolf has arrived at the Kedweni camp with Vernon Roche.
Looks like he's Henselt's lackey now.
I'd rather Henselt used others as his lackeys.
now this choice doesn't really matter. Doesn't really add that much more information, but we'll go with the first one.
With his amnesia, we're safe.
Not so. That's exactly what makes him so dangerous. We have to be careful. Especially now we've broken off with Yorvith and his bunch.
There's something else. Sheila de Tanzerville.
You're right. Our sorceress is playing hard.
De Tanzerville has done her job. We don't need her anymore.
We won't kill her. Not just yet.
You know best.
That's right. The main thing now is to get rid of Henselt. You'll go soon.
What about you?
I'm heading to Loch Muin. That's where things will be decided. We'll meet again soon, if you're careful.
To drink a jug of wine and laugh about it?
Who knows?
I'll take the palisade. We'll meet by the cave entrance.
Alright, so we need to get through the camp. We're going to some secret entrance. Now we're supposed to kill these guys, but I think running in and stabbing one of them in the head would probably just give me away, so we're gonna wait for them to finish talking.
Fuck, I suppose so. But go tell the others.
There we go. So we just need to take out these 2 guys and we go to the next scene. Now really, this part doesn't matter anymore. We actually have all the information we need. We know where the hideout is, we know Sheila's involved. Everything after this is pretty much just extra, so we're gonna try to go as far along as possible. Now, I'm sneaking around because you will fail this if you get spotted. Sort of like Assassin's Creed, if you get desynchronized or whatever, the whole thing ends. But now he's opened his back, so we can knock him out real quick. There we go. Onward to the next memory. This actual fade thing is actually really annoying. It goes on for way too long. Anyway. Oh boy. This thing glitched out again. God damn it. Notice the other guy's missing?
Locked Queen?
The mages claim to point King Henselt and conflict. All the bigwigs in the north will be there.
Imagine. Kings. Sorceresses.
We're here.
So yeah, the game's glitched out now, and it will crash when I go to the next scene. Luckily, I can edit, so that's okay, but I don't know why that glitch happens. It happened to me like 5 times when I was trying to record this episode. In the end, I made a save file during the middle of the dream sequence, and it sort of worked. Actually, I knocked out the 2 guards while they were still talking, and it glitched out, but the next scene was normal, so I guess that's the solution. Anyway, for this fight here, it's kind of annoying, mostly because you don't have that many options. I mean, I'm at least glad you can roll, because you can at least get some backstabs in. If I was doing this as like King Henselt or something, that would be completely terrible. Or Roche. Roche is completely terrible as well. That Roche versus Yorva thing was a complete pain. I really think you're supposed to lose that. Also, I'm not really in on the lore. I don't get why these 2 Witchers can't use magic. We've seen Letho use it, and we've seen Geralt use it. These guys don't seem to do any of the Witcher stuff. They don't have traps, they don't have bombs, they don't use magic. I mean, hell, Ox, the guy we're playing, he only has 1 sword, which seems really weird.
That's all of them. What is it?
I thought I saw Sheila.
Let's go.
Alright, now we're fighting Geralt. But this Geralt is a complete lie. I never used Yarden. I did throw a lot of fire though, so I guess that's okay. Anyway though, this fight is supposed to be winnable, but it ends up doing the same thing anyway, so I'm not going to try all that hard to win then. Plus this Geralt seems to have really good blocking abilities, so it's kind of annoying. And if he does hit you, it really kind of hurts. We're okay for now though. Oh, nope. Yeah, now we're dead. Well, now the dream's going to end, so we're going to go see... Oh, I'm still getting hit. What the hell, man?
Wake up. I'm dying to hear everything. What did you find out?
Alright, let's mention Sheila first, since it's probably the most important thing, really.
They said Sheila de Tanzerville was an accomplice in the murder.
Sheila. She was here while you were lying in a trance. She said she'd follow the second assassin. Do you remember anything else?
Well, technically, it's still true that Sheila did go follow the second assassin, so it's sort of honest, I guess. Anyway.
They're hiding in the ravines.
The other ones probably fled there.
Our dead man should have a key on him.
Do you remember anything else?
Nope. Let's go.
There's no time to waste. I'll follow them.
Good luck, Geralt.
Alright, so now we're going to go to their hideout. Now, technically, the area they walked through in the ravine, we could go there earlier, but there was no point to do it then, so I just didn't do it. Anyway, we're going to go take a quick walk. I'll see you again somewhere more familiar. Alright, here we are at the ravines. Now, last time, we walked through the right path to get to Maverick's father's hut and deal with his ghost problem. This time, if we take the left path, we're going to go through basically where they walked through in that dream. Now, normally, if my game did not crash, we would find a bunch of dead harpy bodies here we could loot. Basically, anything you killed in the dream, you would find here. Unfortunately, it did crash, so oh well. It's only a bunch of monster parts anyway. Either way, though, you pretty much follow the same path. You're going to find the same enemies. Though occasionally, depending on when you come here, you're going to find some bandits. At least I'm pretty sure that's a time of day thing. Either way, though, these guys are not very hard to beat. I don't think you do quite as much damage with the sword as Ox, but whatever. We'll do fine. Anyway, as for looting these bodies, I'll do that later when I leave. Those bodies should still be here as long as I don't crash again. Anyway, here we're at the fork again. As you can see, the mist. We go in there, we'll deal with the wraiths. We don't want to go in there. Instead, we want to follow the path, just like the dream. Well, it's not really a dream. It's recent memories, but it's called Haven Marvin's Dream or something like that.
Medallion's vibrating.
Anyway, medallion's vibrating. That's usually due to magic. And as you can see, there's a gargoyle in here. We'll take care of him real quick. Now, he is full of lava, but Igni will still damage him, so I'll use that a little bit. Pretty sure he doesn't ignite, though. And even if he does, I'm pretty sure, like most monsters, he wouldn't really care. You do want to move away, though. This guy explodes. Sort of like the rot fiends. Anyway, this is the point in the ritual where you follow the other Witcher. Basically, there are a bunch of traps here, and if you touch the traps in the dream, it would have ended the ritual. However, in this case, we don't really care. We can touch as many as we want. We can also collect a bunch of them. I don't really need another 50 stacks of snares, though, so I'm not really going to collect all of them. I might walk into a few of them, though, because I can't see them that well, but it's no big deal. Anyway, here we can follow the path left, but it leads to a locked door, so we take this path instead, just like in the memories. Another gargoyle, though. We can fight them, though they do some pretty decent damage. I mean, it looks like each hit does a fifth of my health, and I'm pretty decked out. You could reach this point in the game and be a lot worse off than I am. Oh, he didn't explode yet. There we go. Explodes. He does have some monster bits. We can get him later, I guess. Actually, I might as well get it now. He has a gargoyle heart. It's probably not that useful, but whatever. However, in the next room, there's a lot of thumping about because there is a golem, or an elemental. I think they're called elementals in this game. And he's, of course, a lot harder, and he's something produced by magic, but not Witcher magic. You know, against this guy, I would probably use Quinn. It's one of the few times I would use it. Basically, all you do is keep on attacking him until he blocks, you roll away, and start hitting him again. The reason you want Quinn, though, is because he does a very powerful single attack that Quinn will block, plus he's actually strong enough to kill you one hit if he gets you in the back. So, it's better to be safe. Anyway, he's down, he has some good loot, but let's talk to the dying Witcher.
Seret. Sheila knew. She wants to destroy the evidence.
What evidence?
We didn't want to leave you.
What are you talking about?
Nearly made it. Just think. The Wild Hunt. We could have freed the world of the omen of war.
Haven't seen one of these in a while.
September 13th, 1269, the Ravine of the Hydra. Following the Peace of Sintra, 53 officers of the Vryhed Brigade were brought here and executed, their throats cut. The elves' bodies were dropped into the chasm. I don't know what the riders of the hunt were looking for. November 23rd, 1269. Sintra, the village of Coldwater, and another victim of the hunt. An 11-year-old boy. His parents didn't even ask if he had a chance. I'm tired. February 24th, 1270. A high pass in the Armouche Mountains. An imperial manticore, one of the world's oldest and deadliest monsters. I used to feel excitement at moments like this. Now the beast is only an obstacle on my way. Its meat and hot blood will help me survive this icy hell. May 30th, 1270. The Iruga River. The hunt continues to race south. Since I've been following them, they've taken 23 individuals, all between the ages of 10 and 20. All except for Yennefer.
Now, if you remember the last memory thing, he and Yennefer were living on an island after being killed, which is kind of weird. But then the Wild Hunt came and took Yennefer away. Alright, so we got a bit more of our memory, and a dead body. So let's loot it. Now he has some okay stuff. Some of it's not that useful though. Well, I mean, the conflagration trap is pretty good, but I really don't like traps. I rather use bombs. They're quicker and easier to manage. Anyway, in Seret's notes, he's talking about another Witcher. I'm not exactly sure who it is, but I think it has to be Lethos. Can't be Ox. Ox is too normal. Alternatively, he might be talking about Geralt. I'm not really sure, but I would think he's probably talking about Lethos, since he hangs out with Lethos for so long. Either way, though, this goes on for a bit, and it doesn't really make sense. It seems like this other Witcher he laughs at, but he also knows the Witcher is really talented, and apparently feeling emotions beyond that of a typical human, so I don't know. It doesn't really explain anything, and it's not like it's a love letter or anything. Also, there's a sword, but it's not a very good sword. It's much weaker than our blue meteor sword, so there's no reason to keep it. I'm going to sell it as soon as possible. Also in this room, there's a bit more loot. There should be a chest over here in the left corner. Inside is nothing too special. We did get some nice daggers for throwing, but other than that, we can also take the parts from the elemental. Ooh, I got a trophy this time. Interesting. Let's see what it's about. Oh, +5 sign damage. You know, that might be worth it since we're trying to specialize in Igni anyway. Granted, we lose the armor, the bonus health, the bonus sword damage, so we'll see what we do in the end. Oh, there's one more thing I gotta mention before I forget. Now, when we were fighting that Goliath, or Golem or whatever, we gained an attribute. The attribute is called David. It allows Geralt to do plus 10% more damage to enemies a lot bigger than him. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Anyway, we're pretty much done here, so we're going to head back to Deathmold. He'll probably be very happy about this since he doesn't like Sheila anyway. Alright, we're back in the camp, so let's talk to Deathmold.
Did you get him?
Sheila got to him first. He's dead.
The bitch! She's probably on the other side of the mist by now. Come on, Witcher. We've got to remove that damn curse. I got the medallion from the king, the one you were looking for. Here.
Alright, so cool, we leveled up, and we finally got the medallion, which was the last item we needed to lift the curse from the battlefield. We'll probably do that next episode though, because that's a pretty long mission, and I don't really want to break it up. Additionally, we leveled up twice doing that, so we're going to put our last points into impregnation, which is exactly the last thing we wanted from the alchemy tree. Now, impregnation doesn't look that impressive, it only says plus 35%, but due to weird rounding, for most mutagens, it actually almost doubles the effectiveness. So it's pretty awesome. Also, any mutagen effects will stay with us even after we respect, so that's why I'm doing this. Anyway, next episode we'll be heading into the mist to lift the curse, which means Vergen will then be attacked and Zoltan will be fucked. Really, that doesn't seem like a great plan, but whatever. But like I said, that's something to worry about for the next episode. Until then, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.